I was going to do this like I did the water readings and do all the air signs in one video. Oh, I hope you guys can hear me. Hold on, let me put my microphone in. Sometimes I forget. Okay, so I was going to do the air signs all in one video, but I decided to break it up. So we're going to do Gemini first. This is work money reading. But you know, I read what I get, and if it goes into other things, then we just let that happen. This is for the month of June. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, leave your comments. Check out the reading now and later on to see how everything unfolded for you. And please leave your comments, leave feedback so I'll know if I'm hitting a target or not. And make sure you hit that notification bell so you're notified when I post new readings. Okay, so Gemini, you have the Page of Swords. This is your card. Page of Cups, sorry, reversed. So this is a childlike behavior. Can also represent being very troubled and upset, having your spirits lowered by a communication, what someone says or does in this case. The Queen of Swords it could be a person, it could be you. In my readings, I like to read this as exterior energy to you. So we're going to see it as someone else other than you in the exterior. Could be an official energy or a decision. Could be a legal issue that's coming down the pike. It could be someone's, like I said, decision or a word spoken that is a challenge for you in the month of June. The Devil here is your advice card. So we'll see what he says in a minute. Where to begin? Let's talk about the challenge or influence facing you, coming towards you in June. Now, you guys know that I always see Trump in my card, so just listen for the nuances. You definitely see Trump in this reading. I apologize if it's not agreeable to you or doesn't resonate with you. Then in the next reading, I'll do Aquarius and Libra, and you can pick either one of those piles, and that'll be your alternative reading, okay? And maybe one of those will resonate with you better. So I'll do both of those in the same video. All right. So let's look at what's challenging you or influencing you, coming towards you in June. Or that's going to be affecting your June the most, is this Queen of Swords. Like I said, she can represent yourself or an official decision or a legal decision or words spoken, a communication that is hard and blunt and truthful and abrasive and cutting. Could be all of these things. This energy comes in seeking the truth, able to see into any falseness, illusion, or wrongdoing. And it reviews and discerns the situation or the issue, which is you here, perhaps looking or reviewing you, your work, or your past work. Okay, maybe some of you are up for review at work, and someone is reviewing you. This energy here. Well, this energy is seeing negativity. They're not seeing the good. They're seeing the bad. For show. And as far as they're concerned, that's the truth. And it will take decisive action and make a decisive judgment as a result of what it sees, wrongdoing, deceit, or something deeper. The action it will take will be to cut you out or cut something out that you're doing, to reprimand or to call you out on what you've done wrong. Maybe on some bullshit. This energy sees the truth. Maybe once they were inclined to believe, right? Because the Page of Cups and pull at your heartstrings. You love the Page of Cups. So they loved you once. They still have love for you. Deep, deep down, even though they may not be able to admit that. They still have some kind of love or desire for you, but right now, mm-mm. So they were once inclined to believe in you or what you had to offer, or at least enough to give you a chance. But now they see the truth. Now they have discerned a truth and have decided not to favor you on something, not to give you what you want, perhaps to criticize or reprimand in a constructive way, or not to go easy on you. For a lot of you, this may be a woman in your work environment who is making this decision, who is setting up these actions, and this will highly upset and bother you in the month of June. It could be a woman, it could be someone else. Remember, we just don't pin me down. It's a general reading. But we'll just refer to it as a her right now. It could be her decision, her accusation, or criticism that negatively affects you and that cuts you off from what it is you want and desire. Because there's something you want. This energy demands with bad behavior what it wants because it's entitled. It feels entitled. Interesting. I'm sorry to go hard on you, Gemini. Again, if you don't like this reading, check out some of my other readings and pick a pile and let that be your alternative story. Or look at your moon sign or your rising sign readings instead. Because I'm just pinpointing what I see and I'm not going to worry about the vice versas. And don't get offended. I'm just a messenger. I don't know you. All right. So this energy is going to cut you off from what it is you want or call you out on some devious bad behavior or some deeper issues that is just not good for her, not good for him, for them. It could also be a lawsuit or a legal charge coming towards you, and this message will upset you. Okay, so Gemini, your card is the Page of Cups reversed. Troubled and upset. Spirits lowered by news, message, something someone says or does, or an offer turned down, a rejection. Something you really want is being turned down, and you could be surprised by this, or surprised by some unexpected news or message. Or maybe something someone says about you. You may feel lied on or betrayed. Perhaps you feel slandered, victimized, or defamed by someone's words. And you feel really upset by this, okay? You feel victimized by what this is. But someone here is coming from a perspective of having truth or speaking truth, okay? So I'm not saying who's lying. I'm just saying that's what I see. And this is how you feel. You feel you're the victim of slander or betrayal or harshness. This person just wants to cut you down. You're just bothered by this energy and bothered by this review or bothered by this charge, causing sadness, disappointment, upset. It's definitely not coped with well or received well by you. If it's some news you were waiting for, maybe perhaps about a job offer, maybe something you were expecting, I'm sorry, it's looking like it doesn't get approved. Something that you hope for gets approved. And why is that? Because feelings have grown cold. Cold, hard facts are a part of that. Or an energy is tired of dealing with you or with some deeper issues that you might have. So that's the reason why. Your past actions or lack of honesty may come back to haunt you. If you lied about something, that might be seen. So I guess it's best to be upfront and to speak the truth. To continue to lie would be harmful. I'm also getting some of you maybe being so upset that you say something offensive, and it might be that this is the energy that is offended. You may say something offensive about their gender or about their race or accuse them of something. I just see this being a real negative conversation and you getting very nasty. Okay. Words used against you. Wow, Gemini, this is intense. So sorry. There may be another message here that you might resonate with. But let me finish this one. Financially, the news isn't good. There's an upsetting letdown or something you don't want to hear or don't want to deal with. Again, past actions may be a part of that. This decision that comes down on you is going to affect you financially. It may wind up being very costly for you. So please watch what you say and try to upright yourself, handle yourself with dignity and poise, because this is very upsetting and troubling behavior. Make sure to put your money aside at this time and invest in only what's necessary. This is very difficult for you, for some of you, because when you are troubled emotionally, you spend money because that helps soothe your troubled soul. Not a good idea in the month of June. You're going to need your money for something else. Also, you don't like to hear the word no. You do not like to deny yourself anything you desire. You feel entitled, or you just want instant gratification. When you hear no or someone says no to you, you're triggered. Throws you into a tailspin of immature action. Please watch that, work on that. You need to separate yourself from that immature or bad habit that you have. You've had this since you were a little child. And it needs to be cleared up. In relation to your money, it definitely affects how you manage money in a negative way. So you want to clear that up. Spirit's trying to give you some guidance. I'm just telling you. Whoever this hits home to, it's your message. If it doesn't resonate, it's not your message. Don't take offense. Now, let's go into something a little bit more, maybe a little bit less specific and more general. Some of you may have some trouble communicating or expressing yourself at work, or you may have some creative blocks. Maybe you do creative work and you're not producing the best that you feel you're capable of. These blocks will interfere with your workflow and productivity, and that has to be addressed, and it is being addressed by someone, right, who can cut you out, dismiss you, or reduce your position, or, maybe take away assignments. This energy is making those discernments. It could be a woman or someone else in your environment who has that power. They will be giving you some kind of constructive criticism or review of your work, but you will not receive it or receive it as constructive. Instead, you will take the criticism to heart and speak negatively about the person, maybe behind their back, or hopefully not direct to their face, because that would not be good. I see you pouting or reacting negatively towards the work or the person involved in the review or the criticism. Try to take what's being said, this is your advice from Spirit, as a challenge to improve yourself, to grow in a mature way, right? Because this energy is giving you good advice and it is constructive. It may be hard to take or hard to handle, but truth is there and you can build from that. Your challenge will be to improve rather than the affirmation of hearing from constructive criticism that you're bad or you're not good enough. Instead, look at it as a challenge to improve. Don't take criticism the wrong way. You may have some underlying fears of rejection that need to be cleared up through therapy or some other sort of healing practice. Now, back to that original story, that specific story about something coming towards you that's bad news that you have to be able to handle and to cope, and you're not going to handle or cope with it well. Could be a prosecution of some kind, accusation of some kind, a review of some kind. It feels like an attack, right? A witch hunt. And you feel like the victim. That's from your perspective. The devil is your advice. The devil is telling you, Gemini, it's time to let go of bad habits, time to let go of corruption, time to let go of deceit, time to let go of entitlement. It's time to let go of bad behavior. It's time to let go of hindering blocks upon your performance and your talents. Okay? However, this is hitting home for you. And it's time to disassociate yourself from toxic places or people. You need to separate yourself from this devil. Whatever is making you have this behavior and being called out for it. And confess and tell the truth. You need to speak the truth. Because if you don't, there's trouble ahead. Big trouble. Some of you have an irresistible desire or need to attain or to hold on to something or someone. You need to release this and let it go. It may be some kind of a dream or a goal that's impractical for you. Spirit wants you to let go of childish things. Maybe let go of a greed or entitlement issue or behavior trait that you might have as a running program. And know that this behavior will not lead you into the right places. So unlimit yourself, detach, disentangle, and clear your future. That's your reading, Gemini. Let me give you an Abukra fortune. Maybe something good will come out of this, right? But let's look at it as, creative blocks. I was in the creative industry for a long time, and I suffered from creative blocks. Sometimes I could do some beautiful work, but when I was put under pressure, I couldn't move fast enough, and that caused problems for the productivity of the department. So you got to take what you hear as constructive and grow from that, because if you don't, you're just going to get even more blocked. Hypnosis helped me a lot. So consider doing that as well. Some kind of therapy or alternative therapy. So let's see if the Abukra has any other message for you. We'll allow for 3 messages for Gemini, and hopefully it'll be better than this reading. I feel like the Spirit wanted to talk about Trump, but knows that I don't want to do it. So I think this is a reading. But we're not going to label it as that. Okay, here are your 3 Abukras. So, okay, Gemini, write your 3 greatest desires in their order of preference. Study well and delete 2 of them. The remaining 1 shall not be granted as yet, but the other 2 shall be, one by fate and one by destiny. That's some homework for you. The next fortune is your heart will beat a little faster. Your blood will become a little warmer. And you will ponder in exciting anticipation as a whole new world becomes within your grasp, like a bird on its first flight. So something new and interesting coming up for you. In any flock, there is always one most prized. Among your family and friends, fate and destiny has chosen you as the fortunate one. You have a most exciting and wonderful future ahead of you. Well, that's definitely a totally opposite fortune than the tarot card. So take which one you want to take. And thank you so much for viewing and hitting that like button, subscribing, making sure you're subscribed, sharing this video with your Facebook, family, and friends on social media, and for leaving your comments. If you'd like to support the channel, you can always do so by becoming a Patreon subscriber or donating. There are links to both in my description box below. Have a blessed, wonderful June.